Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you? How are you? Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you today? I hope you're fine, I really do, really do, really do. I hope you're fine, I really do. Hope you're fine today. Sawadee-ka. Sabadi mai? Hello. How are you? Well, like I said in the song, I hope you're fine. I really do. I hope you're doing well and having a great day. My name is Miss Stephanie, and I love to do story time, which means I love to read books with you. And if you have been with me before, you know that the reason I love to read books so much is because the more we read together, the more we read together, the happier we'll be. Read big books, read small books, read short books, read tall books. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. It's true. Every time I'm about to start story time and I sing that song, I'm already happy because guess what? We are about to read together and it makes me happy. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I do and it brings some happiness to you in your day. Okay, so if you have been here before, welcome back. If you've never been here before, welcome. I am really excited to read this story for you today, as I've said. And last time, one of the last times we were visiting, about a couple weeks ago, I read something to you that had to do with the seasons of the year, which has to do with the weather and temperature outside. So I wanted to, as I was thinking about it, I realized, gosh, and I remember, I talked about the seasons of the year, but I realized the world is so huge. And some places in the world are having one season, and then other places in the world are having other seasons. And then I thought, oh my gosh, I wonder if you know all the seasons, because there are four seasons, yeah. And so the last time that we had story time and I brought up seasons, I talked about the season of fall because it is a season that I was thinking about because where I'm from in the United States, I know that fall is happening right now in the United States. So I was talking about that. But as I just said, I realized the world is really large. And for some of you, it is not fall right now. So I thought, well, how fun would it be to read a book where you could listen and then look outside, maybe go outside and feel like how the temperature feels, and look at the weather and notice what you notice and see what season it is where you live. I thought that would be kind of cool. So that way, that would make sense for you where you are. So, the story I am going to get to read to you today is called, you know what? I was about to say the title and I was worried I was going to mess it up. Let me look at the title so I don't mess it up. The story I'm about to read to you today is called The Seasons of Arnold's Apple Tree, and it is by Gail Gibbons. The author's name is Gail Gibbons, and that is the book, The Season of Arnold's Apple Tree. So, before I start reading this book, I gave you a little job. Here it is. As I'm reading the story, Pay attention to what's happening with Arnold's apple tree. And then as you're hearing the story, maybe look outside your window or look outside your door and see which season is happening where you live while we're listening to the story. Or if you want, you can listen to the whole story and then go check it out. Up to you. Okay, here we go. Ready? I see a lot of thumbs up. Here we go. The Seasons of Arnold's Apple Tree by Gail Gibbons. Remember, I'm going to read the words first, then I'll show you the picture. So you're going to listen, and then you'll look. Okay, let's see if I can. You know what? Let me look. Yeah, I think Gail Gibbons also drew the pictures. I don't see another name for illustrator. So it looks like Gail Gibbons wrote the words. She was the author and the illustrator. She drew the pictures as well. Wow. Okay, here we go. Let me make sure I turn it. Arnold climbs up high into the branches of the apple tree. He can see far, far away in every direction. Whoa, look at Arnold. Can you see him? Yep, he's way up high in his apple tree. That's a big apple tree. This is Arnold's very own secret place. Do you guys have one of those? I had one of those too when I was younger. Yeah. Let me think. Do I have one now? I'll have to think on that one. Sorry. Let me get back to the book. This is Arnold's very own secret place. This is Arnold's apple tree. Aw, look, he's sitting in front of his tree, loves it. Arnold's tree keeps him very busy all through the year. Oh, this is kind of cool. Okay. It is spring. Arnold watches the small buds grow on his apple tree. You notice how he's looking at those tiny little buds of green? Yeah, those are tiny little buds just starting to grow on his apple tree because it is spring. Yep, that's the name of one of the seasons. Yeah. So notice what's happening in spring. Yeah, things are a little bit starting to grow. Some of the buds grow into sweet-smelling apple blossoms. Oh, a blossom is a flower. Yeah. Oh, how nice. Carefully and quietly, Arnold watches bees collect nectar from the blossoms to make honey. The honeybee makes honey from nectar, the sweet juice found in flowers. Oh, so look at that. So in the spring, the buds of the little tiny leaf buds grew, and then some of those buds turned into flowers. And there's a bigger picture of the apple blossom down in the corner. Ah. Arnold makes a swing for his apple tree. Oh, that's a good idea. Look at that. That would be fun. Have you guys ever swung on a swing that's hanging from a tree? You'd have to live somewhere where there's lots of big trees though, right? He weaves an apple blossom wreath and hangs it from a branch. Oh, Arnold really knows how to do a lot of stuff with his apple tree. Look at him. Arnold picks an armful of apple blossoms and brings it to his family. They make a flower arrangement together. Oh, that's a nice idea, isn't it? Making flower arrangements together. In the spring, you can do that because there's lots of flowers that grow in the spring. Oh, there's a change here, guys. Notice the changes as you're listening in the seasons. Yeah. It is summer. A new season. Arnold's apple tree has big green leaves that rustle in the wind. Oh, so now in the summer, look at it. The leaves have gotten bigger. I don't see any more flowers on there. I don't seem to see any more. Arnold builds a tree house. Oh, I've always wanted to have a tree house. Takes a lot of work and know-how. I don't know how to do it. His apple tree shades him from the hot summer sun. Oh, yeah, in the summer it gets so hot. Look at that big old hot sun. And he's just relaxing in the shade. The green leaves shelter him during a summer shower. Sometimes in the summer it does rain to help water the plants. Yeah. Arnold watches small apples begin to grow from where the blossoms used to be. Oh, so remember I said I didn't see any blossoms and you didn't see them either? Where the flowers used to be, there's like a little spot left, and he noticed little apples are starting to grow there. They grow bigger and bigger. Notice the apples when they start to grow, what color they are. Did you notice what color they are? I noticed that too. Yep. And bigger. Ooh, they keep getting bigger. With some of the big green apples, Arnold does a juggling act for his tree friend. Arnold's having a great time in the summer. Notice new change in the season. This time it is fall. Arnold's apple tree now has big, red, tasty apples on them. Arnold's apple tree now has big, red, tasty apples. Notice what happened to the apples. Yeah, they turned red. Do you notice anything else that changed in the picture? Something that changed from when it used to be summer and now it's fall? Did you notice a difference in the tree? Anything else different? There's one more change. Oh, some of you are like, I know. Tell your family if you noticed it. Oh, they're going to tell the answer now, so tell your family. Hurry. Okay, spoiler alert. Here it comes. The green leaves have turned golden. They drift to the ground. Yeah, you were right. Yeah, the leaves had changed color. They used the word golden, which is another word for yellow, like a deep yellow color. So pretty, right? And then they say they drift to the ground, which means they're falling to the ground. Arnold gathers some of the leaves and brings them up to his treehouse to make a soft floor to lie on. Oh, that's a good idea. A little padding, make it more comfortable. Arnold shakes the branches and red apples fall to the ground. He puts them in a basket and takes them home. Yeah. Usually in the fall, that's when apples are ripe and ready to be picked and then eaten. Yeah. Arnold and his family make apple pies with apples from Arnold's apple tree. Ooh, yum. Do you guys know how to make anything with apples? Oh, you have some great ideas. Oh, and notice, you guys, in the corner here, there is a recipe for Arnold's apple pie. So, just saying, if you guys wanted to try making apple pie, wow. You don't have to, but I just noticed that. They put the rest of the apples into a cider press and make fresh apple cider. Oh, and so they basically, yes, they put it into a cider press and it presses the juice out of the apple and it turns into cider. Now, on here it says that the apple, when you use an apple press, it's like a screw and it screws down into the apple. So it explains that the press plug is screwed onto the press screw. When the press screw handle is turned, The press plug squeezes the apple pieces and forces juice through the filter, through the cloth, and it drips into a jar, and then you have apple cider, so it's something you can drink. Wow. On Halloween Day, Arnold decorates some of the biggest apples. So he's making little faces on his apples. They glow in the moonlight under his tree on Halloween night. Halloween is a holiday, or not really a holiday, but something that we celebrate in the United States. I'm not sure everywhere that it's celebrated, but you dress up in costumes and you go trick-or-treating and stuff like that, and you get candy at other people's houses. It's kind of fun. There's more story behind it, but just so you know what they're talking about a little bit. It is winter. Another change in season. Remember I told you there were 4 seasons, and if I didn't tell you, there are 4 seasons. And we're now to winter. Snow falls. It is quiet. The branches of Arnold's apple tree are bare. I wonder what that means, bare. What do you notice about the branches of the apple tree? Right. Yeah, they don't have anything on them. Just barely any leaves and no apples anymore. Yeah. Usually it means they're empty. There's nothing on them. Yeah. Arnold hangs strings of popcorn and berries on them for the winter birds to eat. Oh, that's a good idea. When it's winter time, people will do that, and it will help the birds if they're needing a little bit of a snack because it's cold out and they don't have a lot of food. He builds a snow fort around the bottom of his tree. So in the winter, it's very cold, and so it can snow in the winter. It doesn't always snow everywhere, but it definitely gets really cold in the winter. Arnold builds a snowman to keep him and his tree company during the winter. The snow melts away, and it is spring again. Wait a minute. What? Wait, that's where we started the book. Oh my gosh, you guys. We started with spring. We went to summer, then it was fall, then it was winter, and then it's spring again. It's a cycle. It goes in a circle like a pattern. Yeah, and it repeats itself over and over again. Oh, wow, the seasons are pretty interesting. Yeah. That's a great book. I haven't read that book in a long time. I did not know that you could do so much stuff with apples. I thought of something else. Have you guys ever tried to make applesauce? I have done that. I have done that before. It's not too hard. It's pretty good. I really like it. It doesn't taste like the applesauce you get at the grocery store, but it's still pretty good. Okay, so while you were listening to that story, you can go back. Remember, I'm recorded, so you can rewind me, and you can go back and look in the book and see, okay, wait, now what happens in the fall, and what happens in the spring, and what happens in the summer, what happens in all these seasons, because it was spring. The order of the book was spring, summer, I'm sorry, that's right? Yes. Spring, summer, fall, winter, and then it started again. Spring, summer, fall, winter. It will just keep going in that order, and that's how the seasons actually work. Now, depending where you live, you may be experiencing a different season than I'm experiencing. So I want you to take the opportunity to look out your window, go outside, feel how it feels, the weather might feel. Look at the plants, look around and see what you're noticing about the world outside and how it feels, the temperature and the weather, like I said, and see what you think, what season you think is happening where you live in the world. And then talk to your family about it and see what you guys decide on what season might be happening. You might live in a place where most of the time it's winter. Just depends. There's places in the world that are very cold most of the time. So there are places that winter is much long. Some of the seasons are much longer, and some of the other seasons are very short or maybe don't even happen at all. So I just thought it'd be interesting for you guys to investigate the outdoors. Also, I wanted to take a quick moment to teach you a song about apples, because as you know, this was about Arnold's apple tree, and the tree changed every season, didn't it? Something new happened to it, just changed, and it wasn't bad. It was different, and Arnold just loved the tree and had fun with his tree no matter what was happening, and he enjoyed the changes, didn't he? Yeah. So there's a song that I want to sing with you, because as you noticed, you guys remember what season it was that the apples were red and juicy and ready to eat? Do you remember? If you don't, just think it was, there's a little hint in the song. Maybe it'll help you. Let's sing the song and then we'll see. All right. Okay. Stand where your feet are. Get a lot of room. Stretch it out. Okay, because you guys have been good listeners. I've been a little bit chatty today. Talky, sorry. So the song is called Way Up High in an Apple Tree. So you get to act like an apple tree today, which is awesome. So it goes like this. Let me just practice because it's new to me. It goes, way up high in an apple tree, 5 red apples smiled down at me. So it goes like this. Let me see if you can see me better. I'll move you away a little bit. Okay, it goes like this. So you have to put your arms up like you're an apple tree. So you spread your fingers out like those branches, and your arms are branches, and you go, way up high in an apple tree, 5 red apples smiled down at me. Now you're going to pretend you're shaking the tree as hard as you can. Ready? You're going to get it. Are you ready? You're going to, I shook that tree as hard as I could. And you get your hand around like an apple. Down came an apple. That's good. And you rub your tummy. Hold on, let me show you. That's good. Okay? Got it? Okay. So first you're the tree. Then there's going to be apples. And then one falls, you shake it. And then an apple falls down. And then you eat it. And it's so good. Okay, here we go. Let's do it again. Ready? We're going to start again. Starting over. Here we go. Ready? I've got it now. All right. Way up high in an apple tree, 5 red apples smiled down at me. Let me double check. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came an apple. That's good. Now, there were 5 guys, but I've just eaten one. Are you ready? So one of these has gone away, right? All right, here we go. Let's see if you catch on. Here we go. Way up high in the apple tree, 4 red apples smiled down at me. Because remember, we ate one, so now there's only 4. There you go. We had to take one away. So there were 5, but now there's only 4 because we ate that one. Ready? So 4 red apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came an apple. Good. Oh, I forgot to say that's good. We just ate another apple, guys. There were 4, and now we ate another one. How many are going to be left this time? Oh, you get it. Okay, here we go. Way up high in an apple tree. There were 4, and we ate one. Yes! 3 red apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came an apple. That's good. All right, ready? So if there were 3 and we just ate another one, good. Way up high in an apple tree, 3 red apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came an apple. It was good. Oh, I forgot to buy my apple. Did you guys buy it? Okay. So there were 2, and now we ate another one. I think. Did I lose track? I don't know. I have to see. I think we're to 2. I can't remember. I think we're to 2 now. Okay, we're gonna hope we're to 2. If I messed up, you guys fix it for me, okay? All right. Sorry. All right, here we go. Way up high in an apple tree, 2 red apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down fell an apple. That's good. So we had 2, and now I think we're to 1. I need to keep track of my song. I'm so sorry. All right, here we go. What do you think is going to happen after this part of the song? Oh, we'll see. Let's see. Here we go. Way up high in an apple tree, 1 red apple smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came an apple. That's good. So, how many apples are left, guys? If there was 1 and then we just ate it. Oh my God, we had 5 red apples. Did you eat all your apples? You're going to be so full. Anyway, wasn't that a fun song? Sorry, it was a new song for me, so we got to learn it together. What did you notice happened to the apples? Yeah, they kept going away because we kept eating them and they went in our tummy. Yeah. So we started with 5 and we ended up with 0 because we ate all our apples. So I hope you enjoyed that song. It's called Way Up High in an Apple Tree. I just made up the tune. There's not one that I know of that is actually supposed to go with it. So it just goes like that. But you can sing it again and you can practice it again if you'd like to. So now what we're going to do is you get the chance. Now, I told you in the song there might be a little clue for what season it was that the apples turned red and juicy. And when you shook that apple tree, what happened to them? What did it say? Down came an apple tree. So it fell, right? It would fall out of the tree. It would fall. Yeah, that's your hint. Right. In the fall season is when apples are ready to be eaten and be picked or be, gathered, or harvested. Yeah. So today with our craft, you're going to get to create your very own apple. I just found this fun way of painting that I thought would be fun to do. And I don't know if you know, but there's more than one color of apple to eat. Like when you go to the store, or if you've noticed out at vegetable shops or something where you shop for your fruit and vegetables, you might notice that there are different colors of apples. Right. There's red, there's yellow, there's green. Very good. And some are like red and yellow. They have different colors on them at the same time. So today I thought you could choose, you might have a favorite color apple, and you can choose that one color, or you can choose many different colors. But today what I'm going to teach you how to do is I'm going to teach you how to do fizzy painting, where you're painting and it actually fizzes and pops and bubbles. It's kind of fun, actually. So let me get my materials together, and then I will be right back with you to do the craft. Hello, I'm back. Okay, so first things first. In order to have an apple to paint, we are going to draw our very own apple. It is good to use for this activity to put your paper on a pan or a tray. And also I put a little paper towel under it. The reason for that is the painting part. But also you would like your paper to be kind of thick. So if you do not have thick paper, that's fine. I would just fold it in half so it has 2 layers. And just use half of the piece of paper to draw on. So see, this is a whole piece of paper like this. I just folded it in half so it had 2 layers of paper on it. You know, behind, like another layer behind it to make it a little bit thicker. And then I put it on my pan here. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to draw an apple. I know it's it's quite simple, but you might be like, I already know. Go with it. I'm just going to show you a way I learned how to draw an apple. All right, here we go. So there's a few steps. Step 1 is you draw a C. So it looks like the letter C, right? Yeah. So you just draw the letter C. I might have done it too close to the top, but I will fix it here in a minute. Then that's step 1. Step 2 is you're going to draw a backwards C on this other side to connect. So you'll connect here, okay? And you'll draw a backwards C. And if they don't connect, you can just kind of connect them for yourself. Okay, that's step 2. Step 3, you're going to make the stem. See the stem? Now all you do to make the stem is you draw a triangle. So you draw straight, then like that, and then like that. Now mine's going another direction. It's okay. You know, apples have stems that go different directions. Step 4, you're going to add the leaf, okay? And the leaf is kind of like a oval, but with a point on it. So just like a leaf like that. But you see what I mean? I kind of came too close to the top of my paper. I should have left it a little bit lower down, but it'll be okay. I'm just letting you know you might want to pay attention to that. That's step 4. Now, that can be your apple just like that, okay? If you would like to add a fun face on it, you can. You can add a little facial expression on it if you'd like. Could look like this. I like to do fun little things. Or you can make your apple have a little cute face. I mean, we know apples don't really have faces, but this is just creativity, just kind of creating your own fun little apple creation here. Now, what you want to do is you're going to need, let me look at you now. You're going to need 3 ingredients to do the fizzy painting. You're going to need baking soda. It doesn't have to be this brand. It's just as long as it's baking soda. Okay, it's like a white powder baking soda. Then you're also going to need, oops, I forgot to get this, sorry. You're going to need vinegar. Okay. I don't think it matters if it's this type of vinegar. I'm just showing you what you will need. And you will also need, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I think I left one of the most important ingredients Okay, I'm so sorry. It's hiding from me, guys. Here it is. It's right behind my computer. And then you will need food coloring. Now, we talked about how there were 3 colors of an apple, so you're going to need yellow food coloring. Now, to be honest with you, you might just need one. Like if you say, well, my favorite color is red, or my favorite type of apple is red, and I only want to use red, fantastic. So you would need yellow, red, and green, okay? So once you have your 3 colors, what you're going to do is you're going to put, now I use these cups. This is an old egg carton, plastic egg carton, and I put, let me open it so I cannot, try not to make a mess here. Oops, I already did it. Hold on one second. I'm kind of making a little bit of a mess on accident. Okay. So, what I did was I poured I'm going to pour some so you can see it, kind of. Okay. What I did on this end, you see there's clear liquid? That's vinegar, okay? Then what I did on this end, just so you can see, I put food coloring in the vinegar. So that's going to be your paint. So first you put vinegar, and not a lot, you don't need that much, in a cup, and then you put food coloring in it. And if you want it to be dark, to show up darker, you just have to put more food coloring in there. Now, I will show you some of my apples that I created. I created my red, this is my red apple. I used one color. I created this apple. It's kind of pretty, yeah. And I have created this apple as well, which I have not yet cut out. I did it on yellow paper because that's all I had at the moment. But anyway, all of those apples I created using this painting technique. They call it fizzy painting because when you put baking soda together with something that is acidic, like vinegar, it has a reaction that causes the bubbles to happen. And so when you put them together, it has a chemical reaction, and it's really cool to watch when you're painting. So I said I had fun doing it. So I said, let these friends do it too. So you get to create your own fizzy painted apple, and you can pick one color or use all the colors. Are you ready to see how to do it? Okay. So I'm not going to put a face on mine right now. You've seen how you can. If you do want to put a face on your apple, though, you must do it now before you paint. Okay? So then once you've done all your drawing, then you paint, and you'll see why. All right, I'm going to close this down here again so you can see what I do next. So here is the baking soda. I put some in a container here because what I'm going to do, hopefully I don't make a mess, is I am going to I'm just going to use this spoon, not really for measuring, but I want to sprinkle it on top of my apple. Now it's hard to see where it's going because it's white paper and it's white baking soda. But basically I'm just sprinkling it all over where I know I'm going to put paint. So here we go. You guys are really doing a great job paying attention. That apple song we sang, sorry about it, it was new for me, so I was just learning it, but you guys did a great job with it. Thank you. Okay, so once we've sprinkled this on, it doesn't have to be super thick. I'm just it's hard for me to see because it's white on white. And I just want to make sure you can tell. Oh yeah, you can tell that I'm putting it on there. Now, what I want to make sure too, like I told you, is that my color, the colors I'm going to use are dark enough. I am going to use some yellow today. I didn't have to use yellow the other day because I was using yellow paper. But I'm going to use it today. Oh, just kidding. All right. That's going to be an interesting color. Let's see if this is going to work. Let's see if I can drown that out a little bit. Okay. And then we'll get some. I'll close that. I'm just making the colors of my like my green and my red and my yellow, I'm doing it a little bit more color so it really shows up for you when I paint on the screen. Okay, so thank you for being patient. Remember, when you are working with food coloring, you want to be careful of your clothes. I should probably be wearing an apron of some sort so I don't mess up my clothes. So just make sure that you are careful with your clothes. Okay, here we go. Now, if you have a paintbrush, that's what you can use. You can totally use a paintbrush to do this. If you have a straw, you can use that as well. And you might be thinking, what, a straw? Well, or if you have a syringe, like that looks like this, that you can pull liquid up into, or even a small one like this, you can use these to get your liquid and put it on top. It's up to you. I'm going to show you all the different ways with this one apple. All right, are you ready? You guys ready for some fizzy painting? It's going to be cool. All right, here we go. Pay attention. Remember, when these two, when the vinegar and the baking soda come together, they have a reaction that causes bubbles to fizz, kind of like a soda. When you shake a soda and it kind of looks like that. I'll show you. Here we go. Okay, I'll just do it. Okay. I'm very excited. We use the paintbrush first. So I am going to put my paint in front of us so we can kind of see what I'm doing. Can you see it? Okay, there. You can see it. Okay. So I'm going to just put my paintbrush in here, get it nice and wet, and I'm just going to touch it. You see it bubbling? Look. It's awesome. Now I will let you know. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. Okay. See? And you can do it like that with your paintbrush. Now you just touch it too. I'm just touching it there. Look at it. It's bubbling. Okay, now I've got to show you this with a syringe. Here, let's use what color? Okay, let's use some red. Okay, we'll use some red. Oh, that's a lot of red. All right, we'll do a little bit of red. Well, we just won't do as much. Okay, you guys ready? Pay attention. Oh, I didn't mean to squirt it that hard. That's why we used the pan. That was an accident. I got overly excited. So that was a little bit too much, but we learn. So I'll try again and do better. Do it slower. See, little drops. Ooh, 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 look at it. Check it out. So you can do it like that. Or you can do, now if you do a lot, what I'm noticing with a lot of liquid like that, it's causing the baking soda to kind of disappear. So you might want to stick with using, that is way too much. I kind of lost my control of my liquids there. Sorry there. But see when you do it with a brush, it's much more controlled. So I kind of am liking the brush better. And I think it's up to you guys how you want to do it. But I'm doing all the different colors here. And remember, when you're using your brush, you want to, if you're going to switch colors, make sure you rinse your brush off because they will mix together. But you just keep going. Now, once you have painted your whole apple, okay, I'm not going to paint my whole apple in interest of time. But once you have painted your whole apple, you have to let it dry. You have got to let it dry. If you have these big blobs, you can get those off. Like the pebbles, you can get those off. If they're bothering you, you can take them off. But see, it keeps fizzing. So you just kind of keep touching it and it'll fizz. Now, I'm not finished with this apple. You can tell there's still white spaces. Once you finish painting your apple, you want to let it dry, and then once you let it dry, you then want to rub off the white dry, because it'll be, once it dries, it'll be like a white powder, white, and you want to scrub that off, and your colors will be left. So it's pretty cool. So for example, this looked just white when it was dry. And then I rubbed off the white and it showed the colors that I had put and the patterns of colors that I put down. So please enjoy your fizzy painting. If you don't have baking soda, no worries. Or you don't have vinegar, then you can create your own special apple using watercolors with food coloring and water, or markers or crayons. What you have is going to make your creation beautiful because it's your imagination that makes it the best. I hope you enjoyed our story, Arnold's apple tree, and learning about our 4 seasons of, what do you remember? Spring, summer, fall, and winter. And then what happens? It starts all over again. Well, I was happy to see you. I'm so happy that we got to do a fun craft together. I can't wait to see your creations. Oh, before you guys go, I must brag on some creations I got from our fall trees that some of you created. I got some examples of some fall trees. Let me show you real quick. I just have to show you. Look. These are some fall trees, that were created by some of you, and you sent them in. There's one, and then I think I have another one. Yeah. Whoops. So thank you. Thank you for sending in your creations so I can share them here on my story time, on our story time. So I look forward to seeing your wonderful apples from Arnold's apple tree. And I can't wait to see you next time for story time. I hope you guys have a great, great day. Sawadee ka, goodbye. Goodbye to you. Goodbye to you. Goodbye, dear readers. Goodbye to you. See you next time.